What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video I'm going to be using this really strong Royal Hog deck. So if you guys remember, about a month ago I made a video on this exact same deck, except it had skeleton dragons instead of the bats, but a lot of people in the top 100 have now switched to this variation that have the bats in it. The bats make the cycle faster, and also I feel like skeleton dragons are a little bit weak compared to the bats. I mean, the bats just provide you with so much value for only 2 elixir, especially against things, you know, like air units, maybe Lava Hound, balloons, and things like that, especially if they don't have a zap in rotation. And then you got the Royal Hogs, which obviously are so strong right now as a win condition. I think they're maybe a top 3 win condition in the game right now. They just deal so much damage. Mother Witch is just really broken. I mean, it's a really good support card. And the Cannon Cart too. Cannon Cart, what's really nice about it is it doesn't die to Fireball, and it just stays alive in so many situations for such a long time. And the Cage is the second best building in the game right now. I would say, you know, Tesla's a little better than it, but Cage is just really good, the synergy it has in this deck, because you can counter push with it and go in for pigs in front of the brawler, and it's a really solid push that can be difficult for your opponent to defend. So before we head into the first game, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. Really do appreciate all the support from you guys. It does mean a lot. So currently not too high up on ladder, 73.96, but we're going to climb up now. I, of course, was playing the global tournament. I have my main account and 2 mini accounts that I've been playing it on, so I haven't been playing too much ladder the last couple days, excuse me. Let's go ahead and go into the first game. Alright guys, so we found a first game here. We'll go ahead and give this guy the good luck. So also, please subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my content. Would really appreciate that. And the other thing I wanted to say, guys, is I don't know if you guys saw the TV Royale episode, but as you guys know, 3 champions are coming. It's really hype. I'm excited for the update. I don't know when it's gonna drop. I don't think they specified a date, but I'm sure it's gonna be sometime really soon, probably within the next couple weeks if I had to guess. Maybe even sooner than that, I don't know, but I'm gonna make a video right when it comes out, maybe upgrading a deck to level 14 and using it on ladder. That should be fun. And then also maybe if I can unlock a champion, I'll also maybe fit that into my deck as well and test it out right when it launches, so that should be exciting. Anyway, back to the game here. It looks like this guy is going to be using, it looks like Ice Bow. Yeah, so I think this matchup should be probably not too difficult, considering the rocket for him doesn't get too much value if I don't play my Cannon Cart behind my tower, and the Royal Hogs are going to be, I think, ridiculously difficult for him to defend, because he doesn't really have, I mean, besides the Valkyrie, a good answer to them. I mean, Rocket's a negative trade. The Tesla doesn't seem to do too good against the Royal Hogs now, especially after the Royal Hogs buff. So that's just going to be a easy fireball for me. I'm not really too sure, to be honest, why he went for a defensive expo like that. I think when you're using Ice Bow, you don't really want to go for defensive expos usually until double elixir, but this guy does it really early on, so we just get 250 free damage on his tower. We can go for Royal Hogs here. He's probably going to go for a Tesla, and he might have to Tornado too. It looks like instead he's going to go for a Valkyrie, and that's interesting. I guess he, wanted to give himself a little bit of counter push, so it actually wasn't that bad of a play. I'm just going to go for a Cannon Cart here and see what he wants to do from there. So he's going to Tornado. I guess we can just log this, and I'm going to go Skeletons in front, so this way he's going to have to commit more elixir for this Cannon Cart, or else I think it would lock on his tower. Yeah, so he had to go for Skeletons. Here we're going to go for a low cage, so this way the Expo, of course, can't target it. And I guess I'm just going to go for bats in the back here. We got to be pretty careful. I don't want to give him any rocket value, obviously. So here I'm just going to go for a fireball to take out this Tesla right away and hopefully get these pigs to that tower. Yeah, look at that. The Valkyrie comes down, but the fireball actually propelled it backwards. That was really clutch. And now we have a huge lead and things are looking really solid for us. So I'm going to go Cannon Cart here to try to take out this Expo. And yes, we do get the lock on his Expo, so that is really nice. That's a 5 for 6 trade. And these defensive Expos are really annoying, especially when I can't fireball the tower with the less hit points. He plays it in the stronger tower, and then I'm very hesitant to fireball it, because I know if I do, he's just going to rocket my tower, which I don't really want to happen. So he's just going to do it again, but this time he lets me fireball the left tower, so that's really solid. He might go for his first rocket here. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I knew in double elixir, usually when you fireball someone's defensive expo, normally that's an indication they're going to rocket, but it's fine because we still have I guess, a decent lead. I mean, he could easily catch up with just a couple more rockets, but I'm not too worried yet, but we'll have to see once he can start spamming them in triple elixir, because at this point he just needs now one more rocket after this one, and then he's caught up. But we can, of course, try to get a little bit more damage until, you know, he gets to that point. So we're going to go bats here to maybe try to, catch the Tesla, which we do, and then that forces a tornado out of him. I'm thinking about what I want to do here. I guess I'm just going to go for a cage, and if he rockets, then I'm going to cannon cart behind my tower. Okay, it looks like he just goes for defensive expo, and he actually lets me fireball the left tower, which is interesting. He's definitely going to go for a rocket here, I think. Yeah, there's the rocket, but he needs to get 2 more down in order for him to win, and I think some logs too. So he's going to let those pigs get damaged, so all I need to do is just cycle back to 2 fireballs, and I think I can get 2 fireballs down before he can get 2 rockets down, although it's going to be a little tricky because, wait, if we can get these pigs to connect, no? But I think we can fireball before the rockets logs. There we go. We barely got the win. Okay, that was stressful. He didn't even get a single expo connection, but he almost won, and that is why that deck is called Rocket Cycle primarily. That's not even really an expo deck. It's kind of a fake expo deck because you can win without getting an expo lock, and he almost proved that. But luckily, we maintained a decent lead throughout the match, and barely won that. So, okay, guys, here we go. We found our next game here against Antonio 190. So we'll go ahead and give him the good luck, and I guess we can just cycle skeletons and see what he wants to do. So he's not going to do anything. I guess we can cycle bats. The other nice thing about having bats is the cycle, and you're way less likely to get punished for cycling bats than skeleton dragons, because skeleton dragons, 4 elixir, I mean, that's quite a lot, especially for the first play of the game, whereas bats, it's hardly ever a risk. I mean, in this case, he even went for Mother Witch, and we still managed to defend that really, really easily with that cannon cart. So he's got, I think this is probably RG, which isn't, I would say, like, a horrible matchup, but it's not too easy. It's kind of one that could go either way, I guess you could say. I guess that wasn't the best Fisherman, because it's not going to end up pulling away that Brawler quick enough, and the cage still got, a good chunk of value, I would say. The only problem is he's got Dark Prince, which I feel like is one of the best counters in the game to the Royal Hogs, because you can't really fireball it backwards like you can with, do you remember the Valkyrie, like an Ice Bow? It's a pretty sturdy card, so if they play it on the Royal Hogs, you're not going to get too much damage, and they get an insane amount of counter push as well. So that's just something to consider. I guess we can go skeletons here. Maybe he's going to go for, I was going to say like a Fisherman, but he's going to defend with other cards, so it doesn't matter. That cannon cart might get, I thought it was in range. It must have been like a 1/10 of a tile away or something of being in range, because I was almost certain that was in range. I guess it barely wasn't. I guess we can just go for bats here. He might go for his spirit or something. No, it looks like he's not. I guess here we can go Royal Hogs. Yeah, actually perfect time, because he just went RG in the back, so he's going to have to split up his push. He actually commits 6 elixir. I didn't think he would log 2, but that's really good for me, because now defending this RG I think is going to be quite easy. He doesn't have his log, so we don't have to worry about him like predicting skeletons, but he did go for a Mother Witch, so I guess he kind of did get a little bit of value anyway. I'm just going to cage here just to avoid, like another RG hit. I might as well. Okay, let's go for bats here. He might go for a Mother Witch, but I don't really... Okay, yeah, he does. So we can go for Royal Hogs here. We're probably going to be fine, because that Brawler's going to take out the majority of those pigs. He's actually going to RG. Okay, that's fine, because we can just go for a cage here. And then I guess we'll go bats. If that RG gets a couple shots, that's fine. I think it only got 1, so yeah, that's not bad at all. We still maintain a lead. He's going to go Dark Prince here. Oh no, he actually fireballs. So we could go Mother Witch. He might try to predict it. Let's see. Oh, no, he doesn't, so that's really good for us. I was worried he would maybe, like, play the Dark Prince in front to predict it, but I guess he didn't know I was going to Mother Witch. So let's just go for a log here. We're going to go for a cage, and I don't think there's any way this RG, he can't support it because he has to commit a lot of elixir on defense, so the RG gets a couple shots, but I guess it's fine. And actually that cannon cart might get, I was going to say like 1 or 2 shots on the tower, but he played a Dark Prince, so I guess we don't get anything. We'll just go for pressure here, and then we'll go for a cage, and I guess again he probably won't be able to support this RG because he's going to have to devote all his attention to defense. And yeah, that RG isn't going to get a single shot, which means this is definitely going to be GG. And yeah, there we go. A nice win there, and you know, RG is probably one of the most popular decks and best decks in the meta right now, so that like shows you that this deck is pretty solid, because in my opinion, I think it maybe has slight matchup against it, or either that, or maybe it's like about an even matchup that could go either way. Alright guys, here we go, we found our next game here. So, we kind of have a pretty expensive starting hand. We don't have our log, skeletons, or bats in cycle, so I guess we'll just wait a couple seconds and see if this guy wants to do anything. So he's going to go for a goblin hut. I guess we could potentially fireball that as the match goes on. Fireballing goblin huts isn't that bad of a play, especially in double elixir, but I think in single elixir it's not a great play because they can of course abuse something like a flying machine or a Mother Witch if they have that, so you want to wait and see what they have. So you have Dark Prince. I don't know if he's got double spawner because Dark Prince usually doesn't have a Dark Prince in it. It usually has just, you know, Mother Witch, Flying Machine, those types of bait cards. It usually doesn't have a Dark Prince. So we can go for a Fireball here. And we hit all of the pigs and the Inferno Drag, and he's going to go bats. I think those bats were a really, really bad play because I can go Mother Witch. And even though he can afford a Fireball, it was still a really bad play because he's so low on Elixir right now, and I can afford Royal Hogs. He doesn't have Fireball in cycle. He does have the Dark Prince, which is still really, really good against them, but he wasn't able to play it right away. We had the 2 pigs from the Mother Witch too, so we're able to take pretty much half of his tower right there from 1 Royal Hog push. That was really insane, but it was primarily his fault for being overly aggressive with those bats and giving me Mother Witch value, and I basically played a 4 elixir Mother Witch that got 6 elixir value technically because he had a fireball it and he played bats into it, so that was a -2 trade for him, and that's essentially what went wrong, and we took advantage of that. So wrong for him, I mean, and good for us, I guess you could say. So knowing that he's got Royal Hogs, I'm actually not going to fireball the Goblin Huts. I really want to save that for the Royal Hogs because I don't, unlike him who has a Dark Prince, I really don't have really any other card besides the Fireball that can counter the Hogs for the most part. And I'm going to go Royal Hogs here. I actually wanted to get them down to tank for that cannon cart. We don't, unfortunately, but I guess it wasn't a bad play because it still forced a Fireball out of him, and we end up killing the Inferno Drag, so we still have a good lead. The Mega Knight's the only concern. I mean, Mega Knight is quite a solid counter to the Hogs, but it is a, you know, overcommitment, so that's good, but still it can be annoying to get through. With his Dark Prince and Mega Knight out of cycle, though, I'm definitely going to go for Royal Hogs here in the opposite lane. I'm going to go Mother Witch here. I don't know if he has anything to block it with. Let's see. He does have the Inferno Drag, I guess, so that was, I guess, a pretty good play on his part, but I don't think his counter push is going to be that difficult to defend. We're definitely going to be able to defend it easily. I'm going to use my Fireball here on the Inferno Drag because his pigs are out of cycle because he just used them, so I don't need to worry about him rushing me with pigs now. And just like that, we have both of his towers now at half health, so we have the luxury of going in, I guess, into whatever lane we so desire. We're just going to go for a cage. I'm going to go for Mother Witch here. He might Fireball it, but if he does, I'll just get bats down for that 1 remaining bat that's there. And I have to give him credit, that was a good play on his end, but look at the cannon cart that's going to lock on his tower, and I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he went for a Dark Prince in the other lane. There's a cannon cart on your tower, sir. Anyway, let's go Royal Hogs here, just to distract that Inferno Drag and also force a response out of him. He's going to have to go for the Mega Knight, and all we need to do is cycle maybe a couple logs and then just get back to a Fireball, and oh my gosh, he just predicted the Mother Witch. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. Okay, I think that was clearly his best play of the whole game. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get anything out of it, but that was a really good prediction. by the way he was playing earlier in this game, I was not expecting him to get a prediction like that. So that was, yeah, I was not expecting that. So definitely well played to him. And because of that Mega Knight, I actually logged early, so that wasn't good. We're starting to get a little bit... Okay, those Royal Hogs were bad, so he just messed up. He should have split them, because that just gave me, you know, potentially the best fireball of all time right there. I mean, obviously a bit of an over-exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Alright, so we get the win. He made us work for it, though. I mean, I have to say, in the last minute or so, he started playing that really well. He had that prediction. He had the, you know, just the... He started to control the game in a way, and but we still managed to stay ahead. We just had such a solid start, and that's definitely what won us that game. So yeah, let's get into the next one. Alright guys, here we go in a game here against Burr King, so give him good luck. And I guess we can just split... Okay, he's gonna... Never mind, we'll just go Mother Witch, because he decided to cycle his Mega Minion. He's, okay, he's gonna laugh. I don't know why, but, I guess he doesn't like Mother Witch. Okay, he's got Bowler, so maybe he's using Graveyard without a Fireball. If that's what he's using, then I can see why he's pretty upset about that Mother Witch. Bowler, though, is pretty good against the Royal Hogs, but he doesn't have an Encycle right now, so I'm definitely gonna try to take advantage of that by going in for Royal Hogs right now, because, yeah, he just played his Valk too, so he spent a lot of Elixir. And, okay, he has to go for defensive freeze, but those Hogs will still get a ton of damage if he doesn't do anything else. Yeah, it looks like he is going to ignore them. I'm just going to go for a log here, and then surround the Bowler, so this way the Bowler... Okay, I guess that was not the best distraction on that Bowler. For some reason, the Bowler was able to get a... hit on my tower, because I think the skeletons were played in front of the Bowler instead of surrounding it. So a little bit of a mistake, but, you know, not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I guess we can just cycle Cannon Cart here into his Bowler, and then, let me think about this. Maybe we could just Fireball the Archer, so this way he's going to have to devote Elixir to defending the Brawler. And if he plays his Valk, then I'll try to go in for Hogs. Okay, so he's got the Inferno. This should, I think, be a pretty good matchup for me, because the Inferno is not good against the Royal Hogs. Although, I don't know if I want to say that, because he's got the Bowler. The Inferno, my point still stands on that. The Inferno is not a great response to the Royal Hogs, but he does have the Valk and the Bowler. So, in a way, we both kind of counter each other, because, right, he's got Bowler and Valk for my Hogs. I got Mother Witch for his Graveyard. So, I think this is definitely one that could go either way. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I'm going to go Royal Hogs here. I think we'll just go opposite lane of the Bowler, because that's just by far his best counter to it. I mean, Valk is good against it, but compared to the Bowler, it's a whole different story. Because, I mean, a Valk alone can't fully stop Hogs, a Bowler pretty much can. So he's going to have to freeze that Brawler. That's a really bad trade. I'm surprised he had to do that, and he's going to end up taking a ton of damage. I don't really like that defense by him there. I don't know what else he had in cycle, but I am positive he could have done something else besides that. Unless his cycle was just really, really bad, but honestly, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go for Pigs here, and we can just cycle... Then, actually, let's not Fireball. Let's just hold off on it a little bit to play kind of passively, because I don't want to go over-aggressive and give him a chance to go for a Graveyard. I guess we can just Cannon Cart here, and go for Skeletons to pull this Valk, and he's going to go for his, I guess, first Graveyard of the game. He's probably going to freeze, but if he does, it should be fine, because we can just play Bats, and yeah, he's laughing, so now I can see why he got frustrated at the beginning of the game. The Mother Witch is just so good against him, because he doesn't have the Fireball. So I guess this is a good matchup for me. I was very undecided a little while ago. I did not know, because I thought the Valk and the Bowler are so good against the Hogs, but the problem for him is his Inferno and the Graveyard just put him in such an awkward cycle. The freeze too. Yeah, he even activated the King Tower. I feel so bad for this guy. It looks like he's a little bit like tilted or something. Or maybe he just does this every game. He gets hard countered, I mean. But yeah, in this case, I don't blame him. Yep. It's not fun using Graveyard when you don't have a Fireball. That's why I always tell you guys in my videos, when you're using Graveyard, use Fireball. And a lot of you guys are like, you know, why do I say that so much? Like, I'm overreacting. This is why, because if you play against Mother Witch and you're not using Fireball in your Graveyard deck, you lost. I mean, even if you have Poison, even after the Poison buff, chances are, if you're playing against a good player who's using Mother Witch, you're probably going to lose. I mean, it's the value it gets is ridiculous. Anyway, we're in a game here against Ox. We can just cycle a Cage. He's going to go Bomber. I guess I'll play maybe one more game after this. We'll see. Yeah, probably one more. So I think we'll cycle Mother Witch. And Bomber is okay, so I guess it's Expo. I'm not happy about giving him that rocket value, but I didn't know it was Expo. I mean, usually Bomber doesn't mean Expo. But I guess he's using that Bomber bow deck that was pretty good a couple months ago. I'm surprised he's still using... No, he just messed up. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness. Oh man, that could win us the game. That mistake right there. I mean, that's huge. I mean, he just took 1,000 damage from that brawler. Let's go. That was, I think the HOG was body blocking the brawler, so it didn't go for the King Tower. That was really, really clutch. And now, since he doesn't have his Tornado in cycle, let's try to abuse that by these bats. Going to get a lot of value. He has to go Rocket. Okay, I'm fine with that. He just spent 9 Elixir, right? He just went Knight and Rocket. That's not the best trade. Go Skeletons here. And if he uses that Rocket on defense, that means he can't cycle in on my tower, which I'm happy about as well. So, Bomber... We can just log, I guess. And... Oh, what? So, kind of a tip. You can actually go for Cage to block the goblins if you predict it. Like, if you know they're going to play it in the front, just play the Cage in the front, and as long as you place it in time, you will be able to, as you just saw, use it to distract, which is a strategy that I kind of like doing. Hopefully we can kill that Bomber. Nice, we do. And, okay, I mean, even though we activated the King Tower, we still got a little bit more chip damage, but I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't really have great drill counters, besides, of course, the, I guess, log and, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty hard to defend. There's no doubt about that, but let's try to go in here. He's probably going to Tornado because of the bats. Yeah, he is. Let's Fireball. We need to try to get as much damage as we can from our fireballs when he gives us anything next to the tower, because otherwise the rocket is just gonna, you know, he's gonna catch up so easily. So do we catch it again? It looks like we actually do, and that might have been kind of a bad rocket, because if you saw, he didn't end up killing the brawler. All he did was take off the Cage, so I don't think that was that good of a play. Hopefully him being over aggressive there costs him the game. It looks like not quite. He actually defended that. The Bomber is so good for him in this matchup. It helps him so much. So we're just going to go Skeletons here. And I'm a little worried about a Rocket, but I don't think he can do it unless he Tornadoes with the Rocket. Otherwise, the Mother Witch and Cannon Cart were too high. We're going to go Bats here just to distract this. And, ooh, nice. We can get a log here and get some chip with the pigs. So that's really, really good. It's actually going to get, wow. Yep, a couple hundred damage there. That's really solid. So let's see if we can predict it again. Okay, nice. He finally is smart and switches up the placement. I mean, that's what he should have been doing all along, but I think that has to be GG. I mean, once again, he just committed 10 Elixir and barely got any drill damage, so that really does feel like an overcommitment at that point. And, yeah, hopefully we get this win, because I feel like we deserve to after that Elixir he spent. And, yeah, there we go. He's unable to defend, so drill definitely not as strong as it was. That would have been way closer back when the drill was broken. And also keep in mind the Bomber got nerfed too. The Bomber, the Tesla, and the drill. So 3 cards in his deck ended up getting nerfed. So yeah, I'd say let's go for one more game here. Final game, I guess. There were a couple losses I had earlier that I didn't show actually. That were like right when I first started recording, like in the first like couple games. So I didn't show those, but of course, later in the video, I show losses, as you guys know. So we can just go for a Cage here. And this might just be OG Logbait. I don't know if he has the Tesla or the Inferno. I would obviously prefer for him to have the Inferno, because it's just not that good, in my opinion, against the Royal Hogs compared to the Tesla. So we're going to see right now which variant he has. It looks like he's got the... Okay, Valkyrie... Goblin Gang. So yeah, it pretty much is OG Logbait. We just gotta know if he has the Inferno or the... I'm gonna actually log the Princess, because the Mother Witch is gonna be good here on the counter push, and I'm not really concerned about a Goblin Barrel when we already got all that damage. And if he goes in for a Goblin Barrel immediately, I might just Hogs and ignore it, because I know he won't have enough Elixir to defend the Hogs. But it looks like he is waiting, which is a smart play on his end, because he's going to have to... Yeah, now he's going to have Elixir to defend the Hogs. He's going to go Valk, and he's going to Barrel. So I guess he decides to, yeah, be extremely aggressive there. I got to really watch out, because I don't want to get overwhelmed here. Let's just Cannon Cart. It's going to be able to defend both the Valkyrie and the Princess simultaneously. And hopefully this doesn't... Okay, nice. That's splits. I was going to say, hopefully that doesn't all stay in the same lane. We get a little bit to go in the opposite lane, so that way we don't have to commit bats or anything else there on defense. So we're looking like we're in a really, really good situation. Going into double elixir, we have, what, over 1,000 hit points lead, and I think it's going to be really difficult for him to outcycle my log, so that's a really good thing, because I think our cycle is almost the same, especially since I'm using the bats variant instead of the skeleton dragons. My cycle is quite quick. So we'll fireball the princess. It's really annoying. I just want to get rid of it as quick as I possibly can. And Cannon Cart here. And we gotta watch out. He's gonna try to get back to a barrel. He's back to it now, but I got my log again, so hopefully we're fine. Yeah, we should be. So log coming in, and my guess is that he most definitely has the, I would say, the Inferno, because I think for sure he would have used Tesla by now. So yeah, I'm almost positive that this guy has the Inferno. He might go for a rocket here, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, he does. I guess that's fine, though, because he... Now that he committed a lot of elixir, and he just gave us a fireball, so yeah, I'm actually fine with that he got a little bit of rocket value there, because we still maintain a lead, and he's switching lanes now, which is interesting, because he has more damage in the left, but I guess he can't afford to go same lane as me. But now we just need 2 fireballs to get the win. 2 fireballs on a log, and he's 3 rockets still, so I think at this point we're pretty much... I don't want to say, like... No, never mind, because he forces a fireball out of us there, so now if he cycles a rocket, then we could be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, he just used his Valk. He's going to have to either rocket the pigs or go for an Inferno, and yeah, he has not used an Inferno the whole game. That's insane. So that bat actually got a hit, which means we can go for a fireball on the tower, and now we just need to cycle back to a fireball, and it's GG. Okay, yeah, it's going to be GG. So yeah, pretty easy matchup for us over there. I would say he actually played that pretty well. It got kind of close at the end. He got a good amount of damage in both lanes, but you can see with him having the Inferno especially, it is just so challenging for him to defend. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did end up enjoying it. Make sure to like it if you did enjoy it, and I already climbed up quite a lot this video. I think I pushed up like 100 trophies or something like that, but I'll try to continue climbing for the last few days of the season to be high up. But I actually, guys, also want to tell you guys, if you guys want to watch me and I guess support me, I maybe should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but if you guys didn't know, there's a CRL Clash Royale League last chance qualifier, and I have a chance of winning $20,000 and qualifying for the CRL World Finals, which is happening this weekend, October 30th and 31st. Basically, it's a single elimination bracket, and if you win 2 best of 3s, you make it to Worlds. There's 32 people in it, 8 people from it go to Worlds. There's already 24 people who are guaranteed Worlds, but I'm among the people in the last chance qualifier, so yeah, hopefully I can make it. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, because there's 2 people in my group who are really, really good and have had actually a better competitive performance than me this year, but with the right mindset and of course hopefully good matchups, then obviously I can make it. So yep, that's exciting. It's also at the same time, of course, a little bit stressful, because there's so much on the line. 2 best of 3s for $20,000 and a qualification for World Finals, which is insane. But yeah, I'll do my best, and I just want to let you guys know that in case you want to watch it to see me play, or just want to watch it in general and you just forgot when the dates were. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Make sure to like it if you guys did end up enjoying it, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and thanks again. Until next time, guys.